In this ASMR video, I'll be making muffins and more using software. I'm gonna press Shift A, go to Mesh, select the plane. I'm gonna press S to scale it. Then I'm gonna press S, then X to scale it in the X axis. Then I'm gonna press S, then Y. S, then Y to scale it in the Y axis. Then I'm gonna press Tab. Press 2 for edge. Select the edge. I'm going to press E, then Z. Extrude it in the Z direction. Then I'm going to press the edge and press Ctrl B to bevel it. Then I roll the mouse wheel. I'm going to press A to select everything, then S, then X. And scale it in the X axis. Next I'm going to press Tab to go into object mode. Then I'm going to open up the asset browser. Drag the screen up. Select the texture, drag it onto the plane. Next I'm going to go up to render display, select render display. So now we have a color on the plane. Next I'm going to press Shift, right click to move the 3D cursor. I'm going to press Shift A, Mesh, then I'm going to select Cylinder. Then I'm going to press G, then Z to move the cylinder up. Tab to go into edit mode. Then I'm going to select face and select the top face, then press delete to delete the top face of the cylinder. Next I'm going to press 1 for vertex, Shift Z for X-ray, and select the top vertices. Then I'm going to press S to scale it out. Next I'm going to press A to select everything. Then I'm going to press select and select checker deselect. So now every other vertex is selected. Then I'm going to press S to scale it out. A selects everything, then I'm going to press A twice to deselect everything. While still in vertex, I'm going to select the bottom vertices, then I'm going to press S and Z and 0 to flatten them. Next I'm going to get out of X-ray by pressing Shift Z. Actually I'm going to go back into X-ray by pressing Shift Z. I'm going to press S and scale them in just a little bit. Then I'm going to click off. Then I'm going to press Shift Z to get out of X-ray mode. And you can see the color of the plane at the bottom of the muffin liner. This is the muffin liner. So, in object mode, I'm going to select the liner, then I'm going to press G, then Z, and move it up. So the muffin liner is sitting on top of the plane. It's not going through the plane. Next I'm going to press 1, G, then Z, move it down just a little bit. I'm going to go to top view. Make sure that the 3D cursor is inside the muffin liner. Then I'm going to press Shift A, Mesh, then select UV sphere. And I'm going to change the segments to 20. Then I'm going to press 1 for front view, then G, then Z to move it up. Then I'm going to press S to scale it up. I'm going to go into top view. And I'm gonna add a shader. Make sure that I'm in object mode. Then drag a shader onto the sphere. Double click. And I'm gonna name the sphere Muffin. And I'm gonna click on the muffin liner. Double click and rename it Muffin Liner. Then I'm going to press 7 to go back into top view. And with the muffin selected, I'm going to press S. Scale it up. And scale it so that it fits in the muffin liner. I'm going to press S and Z and flatten it. And next I'm going to make sure that the muffin is selected, then go to the modifier section. And I'm going to add modifiers. First modifier I'm going to add is a subdivision surface. And I'm going to increase the levels to 2. Then I'm going to minimize it. The next modifier I'm going to add is a solidify modifier. And I'm going to resize it without changing anything. Next modifier I'm going to add is a displace modifier. I'm going to select Voronoi. And I'm going to change the intensity. I'm going for a shape that looks like a muffin. I'm looking for something that looks like a muffin. Alright, so now this looks like a muffin. I'm going to press S and scale it down. Scale it so that it fits in the muffin liner. Okay, next step is to apply the modifiers. Apply, apply, apply. Next I'm going to press tab to go into edit mode. Then I'm going to press 1. Then I'm going to press Shift C for X-ray. And select the bottom of the muffin. Press 1 for front view. Then I'm going to press G, then Z. Move it down, then scale it in. G, then Z. Move it down, then press S. Scale it in. G, then Z. Move it down. Then I'm going to press S, Z, then 0. Then I'm going to scale it in. G, then Z. Scale it in. Alright, I'm going to select everything. Make sure everything is selected. Press Shift and Z to move out of X-ray mode, and G and Z. Move it up. So this is what we have. We have a muffin. Press 1 for front view, then G, then Z. Then move it down. Put it back into the muffin liner. Alright, I'm going to do Shift, then Z, select the bottom. Then press S to scale it in a little bit. then C, move it out. So now we have a muffin in the muffin liner. Alright, so I'm going to select the muffin. I'm going to select the muffin liner. And then I'm going to press M. Select new collection. I'm just going to call it muffin. And candle. Press OK. So I'm going to go to top view. Press A twice to deselect everything. Shift and right click and place the 3D cursor in the center of the muffin. I'm going to do Shift A, mesh, and I'm going to select a cylinder. And I'm going to change the number of vertices to 20. Click off, then press 1. Then I'm going to select the cylinder, press S to scale it. Then I'm going to press S, then Z, then G, then C. I'm going to press S, S, then scale it down. S, scale it down. G, then Z, move it down. Select the candle and rename it candle. And I'm going to drag it down into the muffin and candle folder. Okay, and with the candle selected, I'm going to press tab. Press 3 for face. Select the top face. Press I to inset, then E, then C. Then I'm going to press S to scale it in. I'm going to press E, then C, S to scale it in, E, then C. I'm going to select everything, the entire candle. Tab into object mode, right click, shade, auto smooth. Alright, I'm going to select the candle, tab into edit mode, shift and Z, then select the very top part of the candle. I'm going to press S, scale it in, scale it in. I'm going to press shift and Z, then tab back into object mode. With the candle selected, shift right click, place the cursor at the very top. The 3D cursor at the very top, then Shift A. Select the UV sphere, then change from 20 all the way down to 3. This is going to be the flame, so I'm going to rename this flame. Then I'm going to drag that down into the muffin and candle folder and select the flame, press S. Scale it down. Front view. This sometimes happens. So what I'm going to do is press G, then C, move it up. I'm going to increase the size so it's a lot easier to find. Then top view. And it's right here. So I'm going to press G. Then Y, move it, place it over the muffin, G, then X. Now press 1 for front view. Now I can press S, scale it down, G, then Z, move it up, G, then X, move it over. zoom in by scrolling the middle mouse wheel, then press S. Press S again, then C. Scale it. Alright, still not perfectly lined up, so I'm gonna go to top view, then G. Then Y, move it over the candle, go to front view. There we go. Now we have a flame over the candle. Next I'm gonna go to materials, plus, then new. I'm gonna do it again, plus, then new. Name this flame. And select a color that looks like a flame. Alright. Then drag it while in object mode. Make it a little bit more yellow. Okay, there we go. Next, I'm gonna press Shift, right click, then Shift A, scroll all the way down to light, then select point light. So I just added a light to the flame, so it's gonna give it that glow. And right away I'm gonna name it Flame Light. And I'm gonna drag it down into the muffin and candle folder. And the reason I'm doing this is, let's say I wanted to select everything, which I will in a little while. It's gonna make selecting everything a lot easier. Okay, one more thing I wanted to do. I wanted to select the flame light and go down and increase the number of watts. So I'm gonna change it from a default of 10 to 15. Select the muffin and right click and select Shade Auto Smooth. Next I'm gonna go to the muffin and candle folder. And I'm gonna select candle while holding Shift and select everything in the folder. Next I'm gonna hit Shift D to duplicate, then press Escape to snap it back. Then I'm gonna press G, then X to move it to the side, then G, then Y to move it down. Alright, let's get this asset browser out of the way. Move this up. I'm gonna press G, then X to move it to the side like this. Next thing I'm gonna add is sunlight. So I'm gonna press Shift, right click, then Shift A, select light, then add a sun. Next I'm gonna press Shift, then right click to place the 3D cursor right there. Then I'm gonna press Shift A, then mesh, then I'm gonna add a cone. I'm gonna press G, then Z to move it up. Then I'm gonna press S to scale it up, then G, then Z. Next I'm gonna add a shader. Drag the screen down. Okay, so we have 2 muffins with candles and a party hat. Rotate the screen like this and scroll in. And I like how that looks. What I'm gonna do is press Tab, press 2 for edge right here, then select this upper edge, then press E, then Z, and move it up. Then I'm going to press tab. And the plane is still selected. I'm going to press S, then X, and move it in the X direction. Next I'm going to